Hello. If you're watching this, you're probably looking at the Salesforce Social Studio free license for 3 months. We're going to talk about the implementation that comes along with that. So my name is Robin. I'm the CEO and co-founder of AF Digital. AF Digital are a gold consulting partner for Salesforce. We're also a registered salesforce.org partner as well. We have specialization across sales, service, marketing, and community cloud, as well as Datorama and salesforce.org specific licenses. How we provide value is really in advisory services, making sure you're doing the right things, helping you actually set up the technology with transformation projects so that you can rapidly go live with Sales, Service, and Marketing Cloud. And then we also have a hybrid managed service offering called TeamX, short for Team Extension, which is really, it's hybrid because it's split between marketing operations and technology operations. We've been a leader in the industry for 9 years now as a social specialist. We started very early on. Meralco is one of our very first customers in the Philippines. We actually used Social Studio, or back in the day it was called Radian6, to help predict and to measure and then to manage crises. So they would often have typhoons and really bad situations rolling through the country, the best way to actually identify where the problems were was actually listening on social media for those spikes of negative or high volume spikes. So we were able to build a playbook for them so that they had a procedure to follow when things got really bad on social media. And we also helped them build a crisis dark site, which was a microsite that was specifically for the purpose of when there was an outage, this is where you go for all of the up-to-date information. So let's jump into Social Studio. I'm going to show you a demo of the actual kind of recommended setup for Social Studio. Great, so here we are looking at Social Studio. This is looking at the workspaces, and we've got a COVID-19 workspace set up. So jumping into this workspace, Social Studio, it has 3 kind of major sections: publish, engage, and analyze. So I'm showing you publish first, and just very quickly to have a look at this. This is where you can manage all of your social pages in terms of publishing. And this is where you can track everything and report on stuff. You can also do approval publishing rules if there's very sensitive posts that needs to be approved internally. And you can also share content and reuse content as well. So this is really great just to kind of get a full handle on managing your social accounts all in the one place. Great, so jumping across into engage. And so with engagement, the way to set this up really well is to make sure that all of your social media channels are going into the same place. If you forget to log into a social channel or you don't have the notifications set correctly, it can be very easy to miss a beat. So this is why the Engage console is really a great place to put everything into one place. And you've got a column structure. So we have Facebook Wall, Messenger, Twitter inbound. We're also out there listening for keyword mentions on social media that come through. You've got your channels like Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube as well, tracking here. And everywhere where there is an interaction, you can actually reply to that. Thank you, Tyler. You are a legend. And then I'm going to put a little smiley face in. Great. You've also got the ability to do responses, and we've actually got a COVID-19 response template set up. And I will just throw that in there. Boom. So that's really great. is just a really great way to manage everywhere, both inbound and also proactively. So we've got, in this case, it's actually a bot that's kind of tweeted us or retweeted us. Evidently, this is automated based on our use of the word Salesforce, but nonetheless, you can still reply, thanks. Yes, thanks, legend. Okay, I'm just going to do that. I might actually just throw in this one. It's a bot. He won't care. Little promotion. Boom. Done. So that's gone back. And then you can kind of manage this post from here, and you can say, okay, this is commented closed, and that will gray out and eventually disappear. So, and this is how you manage all of that volume coming in on your page. Maybe you have a much bigger impact due to Corona, and maybe you need to manage a lot of volume. This is a really great way to do that. And you can also use things like macros to kind of mark things as well. Let me just mark this guy as COVID-19 related. And that allows you to put little tags here, which you can report on later. So yeah, so this is a really great tool. But I'm going to jump into Analyze, which is really the exciting part. Before I do that, I'll do a little side tour into the back end of Salesforce, because I am going to show you how we listen. Great, so you can see I've got a topic profile. These are topic profiles. Topic profile is a set of keywords that you're listening for. And you can see here on the right, we've got COVID-19 plus AF Digital, COVID-19 plus Accenture, and I've got a few, my competitors and also the industry there. And then as we zoom in, Corona, coronavirus, COVID-19, COVID-19. So I'm really listening for those major keywords. I'm also listening for and. So these are my brand keywords, AFD Cares, which is our kind of social kind of thing. AF Digital is our brand name, AFD Cares, AF Digital, afdigital.com, AF Digital Social. And we want to exclude keywords like bear, because we don't want Corona bear or getting drunk. We also have a problem with photography, because AF Digital, there's some photographers out there that think that's a cool name for their business. So that's great. We just don't want to get that noise. So this is how we set up this topic profile. And then basically that allows us to build out these amazing dashboards with clicks. So I've pre-built a couple of dashboards. And this is what we would recommend as a best practice, is to listen for your brand and COVID-19. So this way you can manage any risk, anyone that talks about getting sick or having an experience with your brand that's related to that. Maybe they've had it and they've gone into a store, who knows? So this dashboard, it really shows the last 30 days for my brand. There's been 18 COVID-19 related posts for me, 12 on Twitter, 5 on Facebook, 1 on YouTube, which is quite interesting, all positive. Thank you very much. And these are the top 50 keywords across those posts. So this allows me to have a really good look into what's being said. Fortunately, I believe most of this is related to our marketing, like webinars. You can tell it's kind of stuff we've been putting out there. Here's some examples. Our staff have been tweeting it. We're also picking up our YouTube posts. This is my post where I retweeted AF Digital. You can see I've got some tags there. Yeah, so that is that. And you've got these amazing things like trend lines, sentiment trend, media type trends. So this shows me where those conversations are happening. Here are all the influencers involved in having these conversations. I'm number one, because no one really famous is talking about my brand. And you can see here, here's a feed as well. So pretty simple dashboard. These are relatively easy to set up yourself, and you can kind of filter and share them across your workspace so that other people can use them. And while I've got that listening for my brand, I've also set up an industry dashboard. So the industry dashboard is actually listening in for all of those keyword groups I set up, my competitors, my brand, and the industry. For me, the industry is Salesforce. So I'm listening for Salesforce plus COVID-19 because that's very relevant to my business. So this is, as you can see, COVID-19 industry listening, share of voice. So this is the very interesting one. So industry is when it's talking about, this is when it's talking about Salesforce and COVID-19, and competitor is when it's talking about my competitors. So I listed Datarati and Accenture as my two competitors. Both are amazing companies, by the way. Nothing bad to be said about either of them. And yeah, you can see here that we've got our brand, which is the purple, and our competitors. So we don't have very much volume, really. There's, like, you can see 1, 2, 3, 4. Our competitors are doing a lot, which is great. Accenture, obviously, I'm listening in for Accenture globally. They'll be doing a lot globally. And then this is the industry on top. So this allows me to see how I fit into the world by breaking it down like this, share of voice. I can also see the overall sentiment. I can zoom in on negative posts. I can see here are the top keywords. And this is really great because I get to see how the industry is responding, but also how my competitors are responding as well. Sentiment trend, and again, really great. I can do things like zoom into negative sentiment and understand what exactly is the cause of this. Excellent. All right. So that's the dashboards, and then from each of those dashboards, it's actually very easy to set up a regular PDF report to be sent to anyone's email. And this is really just what I looked at before, the brand plus COVID-19. So these are the mentions of my brand in the last 30 days. Here are those influencers, countries trend, post volume, sentiment trend, etc. Everything that was in that dashboard gets sent to me every Monday morning and Friday morning. So this makes it very easy to just be on top of it. I'm in the know. Great. So going back, how to get set up with social for Corona. This is what we advise. It's really a brand plus Corona topic profile. Also a shared dashboard, publishing and tracking. So making sure when you publish, you're tracking those posts. Engagement, inbound and proactive to listening, real-time post report. So you can also set up Social Studio so it does a real-time post report to your email every time your brand is mentioned within a 10-minute time frame. So that's a near real-time kind of alert to say your brand has been mentioned. And then finally, weekly PDF dashboard reports. So we've got a COVID-19 Social Power On package. It's a basic implementation of Social Studio for the purpose of COVID-19 related listing, publishing, and engagement. It's usually, or it would be valued at about $2,500 as a fixed price rapid implementation. And we're offering it free to any customer that has also availed of the free license from Salesforce. This does not apply to anyone that's paying Salesforce for their license. It's only really in combination with that deal. And there are terms and conditions that apply. And basically this gets you set up with pretty much everything I described in that demo. We'll also give you a recorded training and a little bit of support. To get started, you just have to, we have a kickoff meeting. We'll ask you to sign a scope document that's free. Then we'll send you a prep checklist. Then we'll set up, do the training, and then support you. All of this happens in about 1 to 2 weeks. It's a relatively fast process. Great, thank you very much. Please, if you do want to inquire, please go to afdigital.com and submit a contact us form. Thank you.